what sign is the most compatible with a Scorpio moon? We can't make generalizations over just the sun sign, the moon, or the Venus. I mean, there's so much that you have to consider when we're talking about compatibility. There's so much. However, the moon is so important in anyone's chart. It's a dominant energy. And when you're thinking about a relationship and compatibility and is this person right for me? Well, it's all about the emotions in relationships. You can't have an intimate relationship with someone without the emotions. And emotions is a dominant influence for a Scorpio moon because all it wants to do is feel to the max. Feel to the max. So when they are looking for a partner, a person to spend the rest of their life with, because remember, although Scorpios are known for, sometimes if they're operating from the lower octave, oh, they're very promiscuous, but don't forget that they're also very loyal and they want to feel so loved. Like, they don't do mediocre relationships. They're either, when they're in a relationship, they're in it for life. And if they're not in a relationship, then they're not. It's either A or B and nothing in between. Yeah, sometimes they do get into entanglements and complicated relationships and toxic relationships. But when they're looking for someone to spend the rest of their life with and when they're in a relationship, they're loyal and they're devoted. They're devoted. And they expect the same in return. They expect that. So a Scorpio moon wants somebody who's loyal, first of all. Loyal. Loyalty above everything for them. Like, loyalty, like, you are not going to ever betray them. You're never going to cheat on them. You will have their back no matter what. That is loyalty to a Scorpio. So who can provide them? What energy out of the zodiac wheel can give them loyalty? If we're making generalizations, what signs are loyal? Is another Scorpio loyal? Yes. You know, when two Scorpios come together, oh, it's like a tower card. It's like the death card in tarot and the tower card together. It's just, it's a lot. It's an overwhelming energy. But they can give each other loyalty for sure. Definitely loyalty. When I think of loyalty, I also think of Virgos. Because Virgos are known to be devotees. Like, they're devoted. There's that purity about them. Okay, so Scorpios are loyal, Virgos are loyal, and listen, I don't want to hear the comments down here being, oh, I'm this sign and I'm loyal. It's not about what sign you are, it's about an energy. An energy. It's not a personal thing, okay? We're just talking about energy. Those two energies come into my mind. Maybe not yours, but in my mind, those two energies come out. Okay. So let's go on to the next thing. If loyalty is something that a Scorpio needs, what about passion? Because, again, in a relationship, there needs to be this intimate passion. You got to be passionate about one another. You got to be passionate about the relationship. And passion is needed for a Scorpio. For a Scorpio to feel intensity and to feel fulfilled, you got to have this passionate love there. Passionate, soulful love. Otherwise, they're gonna be bored. You know, when you think of passion in a Scorpio, it's got to be adventurous. It's got to be otherworldly. You got to take them to another dimension. You got to have that passion. Again, their own sign, their own energy embodies passion. So Scorpio can definitely give them passion. Oh, passion from another dimension. A Leo can give them passion. And the Leo energy is passionate. When you think of earth signs like Taurus is known to be very, some people say the Taurian energy is a little boring because it's more stable, right? So they're not going to be eccentric and wild like an Aquarius, right? I mean, Aquarians are not really, some would say they're wild because of their eccentricity, but they're stable. Earth signs are grounded. It's a grounded earth energy, so they're not known to be wild and adventurous like air signs and fire signs. But an Aries can give you that passion. Ooh, ruled by Mars, passion. A Libra can give you passion. Well, that sensuality ruled by Venus, sure. Scorpios are also very creative. Emotions create, and they are very creative beings. They love to create. They like to turn their emotions into this passion and creativity. And when you think of the signs that, the energies that are very creative, Pisces, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpios too. And the fact that the Scorpio energy is a water element, it's all about the emotions, right? So they want to feel, they're all about the feelings. And because they want to feel soul and passion and loyalty and devotion and commitment, that takes a person that understands emotion and feels emotions. And other signs are not that, like the dominant force in their life is not emotions, it's logic, you know, it's other stuff. But because the dominant influence in a Scorpio's life is definitely emotions, they want to feel emotions. So then you think of the other water signs, Pisces, Cancers. They can give you that emotional experience that you're looking for. Like they can dive deep into the water with you and swim. Maybe not as deep as you. Maybe a Pisces probably, even though Pisces sometimes struggle with boundaries, they probably can't go as deep as you. Because remember, your emotional levels, your water, it has no boundaries. And there's a lot of layers to it. And not everyone can dive into the deep end. Whereas, let's say an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, they're okay, they have emotions. Let's not say they're not emotional, but they are very left brain. Because their dominant force is not emotions, it's more logic, the mental. So when it comes to sensitivity, maybe they're not the most sensitive. But then when you think of the fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, they're very passionate. They're very passionate. But you know, in Aries, they're fire signs. So they can have a little anger. The Leos can be very dramatic. And if you pair an Aries and a Scorpio together, it could be powerful. There's passion. A lot of passion. However, what happens when an Aries is just losing it, or a Leo is being dramatic, or an Aries is angry, and you want to deal with that energy? Because you're as temperamental. You don't forget that Scorpios are temperamental. They have an anger. Imagine Aries and a Scorpio when they're both angry. That Martian energy. Mars also rules Scorpio, the traditional ruler. So they can both be very fierce and ferocious. But is that healthy? Is that healthy? But when we also think of emotions, we think, remember, emotions is a very important aspect. And that's the moon in astrology. And it's so important in relationships, because your relationship is all about emotions. And if there's not healthy emotions or emotional understanding or emotional sensitivity or stability, that's not a long-lasting relationship. So although the Scorpio wants to feel and needs somebody else that can also feel as much as they can, because the level of intensity in their emotions is so powerful, and sometimes can be so powerful that it just dominates their life in a very negative way, in a very self-destructive way, in a very self-sabotaging way, emotional stability is needed. Sure, somebody that can understand your emotions and feels, maybe not as deep as you, but that is a grounding dominant force. And that leads me to the earth signs. And I know, like, earth signs for a Scorpio can be a little boring, because when you think of a Virgo, they're minimalists. When you think of a Capricorn, they're just too structured in their ways. When you think of a Taurus, maybe they're not as adventurous as you, because they're very just grounded, you know? And you might get bored of that energy. But earth energy really grounds the water energy. And although you want to feel, somebody that has a dominant earth influence in your life can really ground you. So when you are having like emotional intensities, somebody can hold that space for you, which will bring you back to earth. And that's soothing for a Scorpio. It's soothing because it balances you, it grounds you. Whereas if you're with somebody that's too fiery, say a fire sign, that can put you off, that can unground you. It could be very chaotic, a lot of tarot card moments. Whereas if someone is like very airy and they have a lot of air in their chart or has a very strong air influence, you're going to feel like they're not as emotional as you. You're going to feel like they're not really processing emotions as you because, again, they're very left-brained. A Scorpio is right-brained. And when you think of water signs, oh, they can hold that space for you. They are water. They're going to be there with you in that emotion. But is it going to be too much? Are you both just going to sink and drown in the water? When you're thinking of a Scorpio, sometimes they're drowning their own waters. They are drowning their own deep end. And what you want is somebody that's going to take you out of the deep end, take you out of the water, and settle you and ground you. And it takes me to the mythology of Hades and Persephone. Hades, in his underworld, in his world of darkness. And Persephone catches his eyes because she's on the earth picking whatever fruits she was picking or walking in whatever garden. And she's grounded, she's connected with the earth. And that energy he immediately feels because it's subtle, it's grounded, it's pure, there's this beauty about it. It's not so in the emotion, it's not consumed by the emotions like Scorpios are. It's not in La La Land like a lot of the air signs. It's not as fiery like the fire signs, but it's just balanced on earth. And that energy, when someone can take you out of the deep end and hold that space for you and be your grounding force, is emotional stability. And when your emotions are, and you feel like you're just out of it and your emotions are consuming you and taking over you, what do you need? You need balance. You need grounding. It's like when sometimes we're just out of it and we feel just so, we don't even feel like we're balanced. And what do? You get a crystal, you get a grounding stone, you go in nature. It's the earth. You put your bare feet on the earth. You feel great, don't you? You feel like you're grounded, you're connected. And earth signs can be so healthy for us water people. Because we need that space. We need somebody who can hold that space for us. Yeah, water signs can hold that space of emotions for us. But we don't want to drown with them. We don't all want to be emotional. We want someone to make us understand our emotions in a logical way, but also in a very grounding way. And that is why a lot of us Scorpios are attracted to people with earth elements, because although we're a little cuckoo with our emotions, like sometimes we're just so influenced by them. When we see these earth people and they're so grounded and stable in their emotions, balanced in their emotions, yeah, they feel not as intense as us, but when we see how they can integrate their emotions, we like that. We do. Although we don't embody it, we like what we see. But that doesn't mean that, oh, a Scorpio is better suited for the Virgo. No. But it's, when you look at the mythology of it, yeah. When you look at how many Scorpios are usually with Virgos and how they find their way, yeah. Because there's just something between the two. But you want something that's healthy and that will keep you on earth, because we are here on earth. And although, you know, as Scorpios, we like to connect with the spirit world and we like to be, you know, we're just so connected with the other side, we still have to remember that we are on earth. And those earth people, those dominant earth energies really ground us and remind us and help us connect with the earth more. So, to conclude, what sign is compatible for Scorpio moons or just Scorpios in general? Of course, it depends on the entire chart. But there is something about earth energy that really is good for a Scorpio. And I say that from personal experience. I say that from the mythology. I say that from what I've seen in other people that have these energies. For sure. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it. Share with me your thoughts. Who do you think is the best match? What energy is the best match for Scorpios? What do you think about the Hades and Persephone myth? I would love to know. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you subscribe. And also you can follow me on Instagram at Relationships. I have a podcast on all things love and relationships. You can watch the episodes on my YouTube channel. I'll leave all the links down below. And I'll see you in another video. Make sure you subscribe.